Hi, and welcome to our response to Group A's analysis of Mountain Man Brewing Company. Our team of Violet, Lynn, Tim, Alessandro, and I have reviewed Group A's presentation for introducing Mountain Light, and we do agree that there is a need to introduce a light beer to the brand. We're going to offer some alternatives to the strategy and hope that we set off a good discussion so that we can protect the past to frame the future of Mountain Man Brewing. By now, we all know that Mountain Man Lager has been named the best beer in West Virginia for 8 straight years. It's clearly a good beer. It's a good brand. And because of that, we feel that it's incredibly important not to tarnish that image. And since Mountain Man held the top market position among lagers in West Virginia for the past 50 years, it is important to hold on to that history. Mountain Man has a respectable market share for an old school regional brewery. Everything from the packaging to the logo, it's all part of this brand that has been very popular with blue collar consumers and working class males. And make no mistake, Mountain Man is not failing. People know this brand and revenues are still at $50 million. But that number is falling noticeably enough that Mountain Man needs to act, especially on the knowledge that light beers are growing in popularity. One of Mountain Man's strongest claims to fame is it's a family beer. It's a family company. It serves the families of the region, and all families grow. So this will help us maximize customer lifetime value and produce profitable customers for decades to come. So lighter is definitely brighter. Half of volume sales in 2005 were in the light beer category, up more than 20 percentage points from 4 years earlier. So we think that introducing a light beer will light the way. And when you pour the beer, the last thing you want to do is spill it. We cannot ruin this brand. It works. We just need to make the adjustments necessary to hit the younger age groups. We know that brand plays a critical role in choice, and so we have a lot of work to do to get the young people on board. So what's important to our core customer base? Yeah, they're blue-collar workers mostly, and some of the important things to them are family, hard work, tough spirit, all things that Mountain Man has embodied since its earliest days. We are not replacing the lager. We're just welcoming a new member to the family. Chris's father told his son that we manufacture an exceptional beer with a great brand name, that we've never lost sight of our core consumer. And so to avoid the fatal decisions that destroyed other brands in the past, this has to be done right. And releasing a light version will create a new customer base while keeping our core, because Mountain Man, it is not going anywhere. So what is the right way, or the light way, if you will, to approach this branding situation? Group A's analysis of the current situation pretty much hit the mark on all points. They posed the question if we should introduce a light beer. And we know that segment is growing, but we also wonder if Mountain Man should be exploring other options as well. The commercial from 2004 that was shown in Group A's presentation really highlights what this brand has always been about. Going forward, though, we don't know if a man toting around a heavy tree trunk is the best way to introduce a light beer that aims to welcome a new generation that may not be exactly the distinctive Mountain Men. We'll have more about our branding approach in a few moments, but building loyalty with that first-time drinker, it's the best way to continue the legacy. And that means only minor shifts and changes to our current image. Some younger people even like the retro cool look. So selling both beers as part of the same family and marketing it as such is the best approach to preserving what Mountain Man means and to keep that brand equity strong.
Keeping Mountain Man's strong brand equity in mind should be an important aspect of developing a successful marketing and advertising strategy for the new light beer. The brand image proposed by Group A represents a complete divergence from Mountain Man Brewing Company entirely, erasing the existing emotional value of the brand that many consumers tie to it. Calling the light beer Mountain Light makes it appear as though this brand comes from a completely different company, which not only entirely eliminates the brand equity, but also presents a major marketing risk, as it may appear as a completely unknown brand to consumers on the shelves. Mountain Man Brewing Company also does not have the marketing budget to start from scratch in this way, as it adds massive costs and additional complexity. The packaging itself does not in any way contain the Mountain Man logo, another critical source of brand equity. While our group also believes in targeting the light beer towards a younger market, The advertising slogan, "This ain't your father's brew," completely excludes the baby boomer generation from the light beer. We think that the light beer could be successfully marketed to people of all ages, so we would not want to choose a slogan that would cut out any consumer segment based on age. Again, this slogan is also a complete divergence from brand equity and makes it difficult to tell that this is even a Mountain Brand company branded beer. Similar to Group A, we believe that the target market of Mountain Man's light beer should include 21 to 27-year-olds, as well as focus on females. Marketing research shows us that the 21 to 27-year-old age group has not yet established loyalty to a specific brand of beer yet, since they are newer consumers. They also spend twice as much per capita on alcohol compared to those ages 35 and up, accounting for 27% of total beer consumption. This presents a huge opportunity. Females also make up a second market for this light beer. Marketing research highlights the fact that females already consume 42% of domestically produced light beer in the United States, as compared to only 32% of premium beer. Looking towards Mountain Man's original lager drink, females only represent 19% of sales. This launch of a light beer provides a major opportunity to reach a whole new target market, with the chance to ensure that the advertising of the product appeals to both males and females. Group A's marketing campaign focuses on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as the main social media outlets on which they will advertise. However, it's important to keep in mind that these platforms can be extremely costly to advertise on, and according to a 2021 Pew Research survey, only 27% of Gen Z is even on Facebook. Our strategy would focus on leveraging social media in a way that could be run by Mountain Man's marketing staff to eliminate costs and could use brand ambassadors across key interest areas. Mountain Man's marketing staff can create social media profiles for the light beer on Instagram, but should primarily focus on TikTok and YouTube. The company Duolingo was able to gain 1.7 million TikTok followers simply by making a creative, witty, and engaging account. TikTok has nearly 700 million users with a total of 1 billion views per day. Half of TikTok users are under age 34, making it an ideal platform to reach the light beer's target market. We can also leverage brand ambassadors on YouTube to spread the word, as well as include the new beer in beer subscription programs. 95% of all US 18 to 29-year-olds are on YouTube, making it another great platform for the launch of our 21 to 27-year-old age group. Finally, our social media strategy creates a young image for the light beer. By focusing on the platforms that the younger generation actually uses, we frame Mountain Man Light Beer as a young brand. We can also stay true to Mountain Man's existing grassroots strategy by focusing on local brand ambassadors, with the added benefit and possibility of our videos going viral. Our image will be consistent, branding and packaging to stay true to our successful brand equity, while modernizing how we advertise for an increasingly digital generation.
When trying to explore whether we should expand or if we're able to expand, we had to first look at the manufacturing capacity. It's very clear that there is existing manufacturing capacity, but with the declining sales within this segment and within our own company, this allows us the opportunity to reforecast and open up additional capacity to grow. For demand, the East Central region has been very flat as far as barrels consumed, with less than 1% growth rate. And so when trying to grow, we had to really think clearly as far as how we wanted to grow. When looking at the different types of beers, our segment is shrinking, as well as the popular domestic beer. But when looking at light beer, as well as the super premium beer, both of them are growing at a pretty good rate. And so this allows us to play into the unique retro packaging. For package design and product design, we really want to stay true to our roots. It doesn't make sense to completely go with a complete brand divergence, as the younger generation was pulled into and they appreciated the retro aspect of the brand. And so we should continue using that similar logo while also pivoting and enhancing our standing as far as medals go and our championship beer legacy. The beer itself should taste like a light beer. It should be easy to consume in quantity. be easily palatable, as the full flavor beers were perceived by the younger demographic to have low purchasing preference. With product branding, we again capitalizing on that retro styling as well as big business. We would like to brand ourselves as a small microbrew type operation, and really enhancing our Mountain Man product branding, as it was rated highly amongst awareness for the younger population in order for them to continue switching over to our beer. We would like to emphasize what makes Mountain Man so popular is kind of going with a hybrid model by looking at those two areas of growth, which is super premium as well as light beer. And so our light beer would be able to take advantage of the super premium positioning, which is the quality of our ingredients. That's what's made us strong within our space. And we can change our quality ingredients to other quality ingredients that would produce light beer. Another area is our water source. For those of you familiar with manufacturing of alcohol, water is king, and using the Appalachian limestone water is what makes manufacturing of this alcohol so good. And so what we would like to do ultimately with our product branding is to have it feel like a craft beer through the quality ingredients and hit vibes, while producing a product that is easily to drink in quantity for the younger demographic. For distributing our product, we would like to continue selling the Mountain Man Lager at off-premise locations. Our existing retailers have indicated to us that they're not going to give us any more product facing to Mountain Man, and that way we can maintain our customer, our loyal install base of people over 27 years old. And so what we would like to do with the Mountain Man Light is to foster on-premise distribution centers, very similar to how Group A was put in restaurants and bars, but in order to allow our younger drinkers as well as female drinkers to recognize the brand, as that was important. Another area of distribution is to partner with subscription providers. This will allow us to not only increase revenues, but allow us to reach new target audiences, as younger populations are more likely to use subscriptions. And ultimately, we would like to take advantage of that. Here are discussion questions that we will post in the discussion board.